Alright, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Great. Okay, cool. Let me just open up this game. Uh-oh. We're already having some issues. That's not good. Wait, what the heck? No. Okay, there we go. That's much better. Here I am. The man, the myth, the legend. Alright, the game is preparing to be launched.
Hi guys! Sorry that I've been gone for so long, but I'm back now. Today I'm doing Mine On, the Minecraft parody of Dream On. Alright. Thanks for all the support you guys have been giving me also. Make sure to like the video. Every time that I log on to Minecraft, all these mobs start attacking me in the mine shaft. My sword is broken because of too many mobs. Cause that's the mine. Everybody's got the diamonds they have to mine. Yeah, I have to go and mine all the creepers and the zombies. Yeah, I know you have to die because you have to mine.
Oh. Alright.
Half my life is spent on an island. Dug in mine, tons of iron and ores. You have to mine all the creepers come to boom. Mine all the diamond, mine all the lapis.
Alright, the game's okay, let's start this thing. Woo. Uh-oh. Is everything okay? No, we've had some kind of interference. Something's wrong. We're going to crash. Evacuate. Oh no, it went off the ship. This shouldn't be happening. Whew, that was scary. At least we all escaped, right, guys? Guys? Do not say Among Us in this chat. I wonder why the ship teleported me here alone. I hope everyone else got out okay. Oh. I'm bad at video games. Almost everyone has been evacuated for now. Okay, this is not good. I don't know how to pause this music, but I don't know if the V's mean anything, but it's very annoying. My second monitor is not loading, is not working, it's not turning on. So I can't, so I'm using my phone to see the chat. Oh, wait, no, I think I know how to fix the delay real quick. Oh, wait. Sorry, be right back. Sorry about this. I'm sorry, there's just a big delay with the chat, and you know what? We'll try our best, you know, just make the best out of a bad situation, and let's just gaming. Alright, back to blah. Help! Can anyone hear this message? Violet, is that you? Captain, you're okay. Something has gone horribly wrong with the ship's teleporter. I think everyone has been teleported somewhere randomly. They could be anywhere. Oh no! I'm on the ship. It's damaged badly, but it's still intact. Where are you, Captain? I'm on some sort of space station. It seems pretty modern. There seems to be some sort of interference with this dimension. I'm broadcasting the coordinates of the ship to you now. I can't teleport you back, but if you can find a teleporter anywhere nearby, you should be able to teleport back to me. Okay, I'll try to find one. Good luck, Captain. I'll keep trying to find the rest of the crew. I think I'm gonna get to the first, I'm gonna save Violet, and then maybe the next guy, if that doesn't take that long. And then move on to the next game, let's just say. Oh, man. Yo, Zooks is here. Hello. What's with the buddy? What's up? Are you Canadian? No, I don't think I'm gonna get the thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm lagging bad too. That's unfortunate. God, this game is loud. I gotta fix that. Desktop audio. No. All right. I'm the best at video games. Aw. The lag is... Hey. Yeah, this is a very hard game. I'm doing my best, man, okay? Oh, we're schmovin', we're schmovin'. Hey, we did it. Ah, I pressed the button. Ah, a ghost! What the heck? I'm scared of the ghost. The ghost is scaring me. Whew. I don't think we'll make it that far in this game. But hey, we'll... I'm so... A teleporter? I can get back to the ship with this. We did it! We made it back to the first character. In 16 minutes. Level 1 completed, baby! Yay! I'm a fifth of the way done of this game already. So, Doctor, any idea what caused the crash? There's some sort of bizarre signal out here that's interfering with our equipment. It caused the ship to lose its quantum position, collapsing us into this dimension. Oh no! But I think we should get out of. We should be able to fix the ship and get out of here. As long as we can find the rest of the crew. I don't really know anything about this place. No. Our friends could be anywhere. They could be lost or in danger. Can they teleport back here? Honestly, yeah, Zooks, I feel you right now, man. I don't know where I'm going, but I'm... Oh! Ah! Hey! Oh! Whoa, what the heck? Whoa. I think this game is like really old. I think it's like over a decade old. How's the volume? How's the volume right now? Is it too loud? Is it too not loud? What's going on? I'm sorry, I should have come more prepared. Oh, shit. I'm the... Uh-oh. Hey! Hey! Oh. This soundtrack is bopping. This game reminds me a lot of Portal. Yo, why is my mouth open all the time? I'm not even saying anything. We schmovin'. I found a shiny trinket. This makes me happy. So I'm wondering, is this guy the only guy who has the ability to like flip himself and shift gravity around him, or can all of his crewmates do that? Oh, no, I missed it. Whoa. Yo, why are there so many spikes everywhere? Like, Bro, just be more careful. You're gonna hurt somebody like that. And then what are you gonna do, Captain's? Oh, we found the VVVVVV. Real trap shit. Oh. It's the VVVVV. Alright. Alright, cool. That wasn't that fun. So, yeah, that's... Well,
Little Tim sleeping so soundly. Wake up, Tim, and wake is a monster. Don't be scared, Timmy, or he'll eat you. Monster smells, we're looking for you. I got a safety torch. Put it on your wall, it's a safety torch. Put it in the hallway, safety torch. Scare the monsters away, safety torch. That'll be a feeding box. But my house is on fire. Shh. Tim, things are looking grim, but lucky for you, I have come with a solution. Safety water, put it in a bunker. Safety water, pour it on a fire. Safety...
Yo, welcome back. Zook's my man. Alright, we're about to play, an Unholy Creation. I'm looking forward to it. Oh wow, the game is already done exporting. Okay. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Okay. Might I present to you? I said, hey, let me present to you. Stupid game, load. I wanna date Sapnap or whatever his name is. No, where'd it go? No. The game. Show me the game. The heck? What is going on? My game capture thing is off screen. There, okay, there we go. Here we go. Here's the game. Oh, you can't see the game, huh? Well, looks like I'm just gonna have to read everything that the game says to you, then, huh? Alright. This is Minecraft Love Hunt. 8:59 p.m. You stretched in your seat in the process of getting ready for a match of Hypixel with your friends when you've gotten a notification on your phone. It was an alert from Twitch. Your favorite streamers are online. You finish setting up and proceed to wait for your friends in the lobby. Thinking that they were taking quite a long while, you decided to put up the stream on your phone. Hi, hello, welcome to the stream, guys, says Dream. I'm here with George and Sapnap. Say hi. Hi, says George. Hello, says Sapnap. We'll be doing another Minecraft challenge for this stream. This challenge, we coded it so, Dream says. Suddenly, their voices began to fade out as your eyelids started to feel heavy. You tried to fight against the urge to shut your eyes, but it was proven futile as you felt your body fall back from your seat, completely blacking out. Thud. You let out a groan as you felt your back collide with the ground. You assumed that you had landed on your apartment floor when you until you heard three different. You know what? No, I'm just gonna straight up do an audiobook of this. No, wait. Alright. You assumed that you had landed on your apartment floor until you heard 3 different voices from above you. That was a really harsh fall. Do you think they're okay? A strange voice called out.
I don't know.
There's voice acting in this? I don't know, Dream. Why don't you try landing a 140 block fall with no MLG? Dream? That name sounded familiar. That sound effect ringing in your ear was just as familiar, too. You began to stir awake and attempt to open your eyes. Wait, guys, shush! They're waking up, I think. Another strange voice calls out. You were met with 3 familiar faces looking down at you in concern. Hey, you okay? The first voice called out. Here, let me help you up. You are brought up to your feet as the tall male in front of you, your arms immediately flailing about as you try to regain your balance. You then begin to pat the dirt off your pants as you come to the realization that you were surrounded by 3 of your favorite content creators. You're probably so confused right now. The first voice calls out. I go by Dream. What's yours? I'm gonna name myself, Fundy. You introduce yourself. Dream grins.
Hi.
Fundy, nice to meet you, Dream says. Dream was then pushed over to the side by a brunette who had a bandana tied around his forehead. He seemed to be a really energetic person. Hi there, Fundy. I'm Sapnap. Sapnap, you didn't have to shove me, Dream said. You just weren't quick enough to move out of the way, Sapnap said. You bashfully nodded and waved back to the two as they both began to bicker. You heard a sigh coming from your right and looked toward the shorter brunette. I'm really sorry for these two. This is all completely normal, George said.
Hello.
I'm George. Pleasure to meet you, Fundy. George then cleared his throat loudly enough for the other two to hear. So, what's our plan now? Obviously, we're stuck in the Minecraft world. We're stuck in the mud. I need a sip of water. Obviously, we're stuck in the Minecraft world, but we can't stay here forever. Flustered, Dream and Sapnap fixed themselves and focused on the situation at hand. Okay, I need to think up original names for original voices for these people since I don't watch their stuff. Alright, I'm gonna do a Kermit voice for Dream. A goofy voice for Sapnap and I'm just gonna and like a I don't know, I'll just how do you think we're gonna no, I'm just gonna do the voices right no okay. How do you think we can get out of this? Any ideas? Sapnap says. It seemed they had discussed this before you had arrived, confirming that everyone was from the real world, and not a bot built into the game's code. Seeing you fall from, apparently, 140 blocks high served as enough evidence that you, too, were real to them. A moment of silence had passed for a while as all four of you tried to think of a solution. Free the end? Dream asked. Everyone turned to Dream. The what? George asked. The end. We find the stronghold, beat the Ender Dragon, and free the end, just like how we usually do our challenges, Dream responded. I'm not sure if this will help us get back, but it's worth a try, right? He would ask the group. But this is us, Dream. We're not our characters anymore. We're actual people stuck in their places. We can't just die and respawn. 0 hearts and we disappear. Sapnap says. How are you so sure about that? Dream asks. We don't know if that's true. Sapnap, out of the blue, proceeded to punch George. No! Don't hurt him! No! A glimpse of George's health had appeared on top of his head for a split second, with his last heart split in half. Dream's face faltered at this. Of all people, Sapnap, you really had to choose. So, if we're gonna finish this game, we'll have to be careful, Sapnap said, quickly, cutting off George. You nodded along, gazing up to see that you had half of your entire health bar down to... You nodded along, gazing up to see that you had half of your health bar down due to your fall earlier. Alright, then let's split up since it's almost nighttime, Dream said. I'll go mine for ores. George, you go get us as many wood as you can. Sapnap, find us a proper place to reside in for now, Dream said. As the three of them went their own separate ways, you were left on your own. You wanted to help out too, so you decided to... get wood or wander around. This is a visual novel, so I gotta pick one. What do you think, Zooks? You can pick. Okay, I'm getting wood. George, route! You decide to get wood. You decided to walk towards the path George had taken, one leading deeper into the forest biome. Fundy, George said. So you decided to catch up with me. You nodded as he went to the opposite side of the tree he was getting materials from, starting to break it down. I'm so glad you went with me. This way we can get more supplies a lot faster. You smiled at him as you went to another tree to gather more materials. After a bit of silence passed between you two, George spoke up once more. So, you play Minecraft. I'm pretty sure you know of us. Is there anything you'd like to do in particular that got you into it? just happen to like the game. Your friends had simply shown you the game, and you found yourself interested in the various mini-games you could play with them. The summer wouldn't be as exciting if it meant not hanging out with them for the most of it. Yeah, especially when you have friends to mess around with, too, George responded. Without those two, I wouldn't know where I'd be. You could hear the fondness in his voice and looked at him from where you stood. He looked back at you with an easy smile on his face. When do I get to kiss him? Once you feel the amount of materials you've gotten was enough, you peer back and see George waiting for you to finish up. Let's head back, yeah? You nodded as you both make your way back to when Sapnap had called out. Guys, I found a ruined portal, Sapnap said. Both of your heads snapped towards the direction of where Sapnap's voice resonated and bounded over to his area. Also, since you can't see this, I want you to imagine really realistic anime boy drawings of Sapnap, George, and Dream, but then just clearly, and all the backgrounds are just like actual drawings, actual pictures from a Minecraft game. Like this person went into Minecraft creative mode and just pressed the screenshot button. That's how this game looks. Nice find, Dream said. As everyone reunited, they had huddled around the ruined portal. Dream and George had exchanged the materials they had obtained, successfully creating a crafting table. Dream creates enough stone axes and pickaxes for everyone to be able to defend themselves when needed. George then stashed the crafting table in his inventory. Now, let's see what the chest has in store for us, Dream said. He motions for Sapnap to take the lead. The brunette bounds over to the chest buried in between the netherrack, open the lockup and revealing the items locked in. So, what do we got? A gapple. There's also a flint and steel, a few golden ingots, an enchanted gold helmet, and some obsidian blocks, Sapnap said. Sapnap then quickly sweeps a hand to the chest before anyone could speak up. I call dibs on the flint and steel, he would say. George rolls his eyes before approaching the chest. Then I'll grab the helmet, he says. Dream was the last to approach the chest, bringing out the two remaining items. He holds them both in his hands, as if to weigh his choices. Here, Fundy. He tosses the golden apple to you. You glance at it for a second before looking back up at the blonde. He simply smiled back at you. You'll need it more than I do. Besides, these will be handy later on, Dream said. Okay, this is... Despite the fact that this is really weird and kind of... and very Dream-stan-y, this is super cute and wholesome, like, all things considered. You were about to speak up when the sound of groaning was heard all around you. The three of you had lost track of time as night came upon all of you. Numerous mobs had begun to spawn. Guys? George asked. There's a village down here, Sapnap called out. Find a one-block hole, that's my marker. Upon hearing this, Dream had already sprinted ahead, leaving everyone else to follow his lead. As you all ran, you heard a yelp from someone behind you. Ah! George! George was wrestling with a zombie. Sapnap also turned his head... This music. George was wrestling with a zombie. Sapnap also turned his head around and immediately wielded his axe. As you looked behind the younger brunette, you spotted a creeper approaching his way. George. You were much closer to George, so you sprinted towards him while Sapnap turned around to the hissing of the mob behind him. You wielded your axe down. You wielded your... You wielded your axe up high, and before striking down a crit onto the zombie, had wielded... You wielded your axe up and high, before striking down a crit onto the zombie that had grabbed a hold of George. Doing it 3 more times, the mob then disappeared into smoke and a few orbs of EXP. George, seemingly out of breath, appreciates your help. Thanks, Fundy, George said. Dream turns around. You guys okay? He asked. All 3 of you nodded in response. Alright, then come on, we're almost there, Dream said. You all hobbled over to the nearby village. Dream had shoved a random door open and ushered all 3 of you inside, breaking any lever or button nearby to the entrance to assure that no other mob could get in. He really didn't have to, but it was better safe than sorry. Even just the villagers are straight up just regular guys, and they aren't even like anime villagers. They're just... I'm just gonna wait for the game to load them in. Like look at Dream then sighed as everyone attempted to catch their breath. Anyone hurt badly or anything? You, George, and Sapnap glanced at each other for a minute before shaking your heads all together. Dream sighs in relief before glancing at the iron golem, doing its job to protect the village through the window. Well, it seems like we're in a library, George said. Might as well make the most of our time here and rest up until daylight comes back. Dream and Sapnap nodded at this. Dream continued to stay in the nearby door, keeping watch of the mobs outside. Sapnap had decided to sit by the staircase on the upper floor of the library. George had already gone up to check out the many books on the shelves. He took the time to breathe and venture around. I want to know more about books. You decided to head upstairs. You want to see what the library had in store for you. Hearing your footsteps approaching, George sees you standing at the top of the stairs. Fundy! He smiles as he puts a book back in the shelf. You question him as to... He smiles. He smiles at you as he puts a book back on the shelf. You questioned him as to why he did that, as he seemed quite interested in it. Oh, it was nothing really. You don't buy it one bit, but you let it slide. You stood next to him as you peered at the multiple books with the enchantment table language engraved in their spines. Your fingers brush against the leather before George clears his throat. So, books. You like books too? Takes my mind off some things. Some things are too much of a toll in the real world, so you turn to the compiled pages and immerse yourself into it. George nods along. Things can get out of hand, don't they? He says. If you'd like, I'll give you recommendations once we're out of here. Dream and Sapnap aren't exactly into the genres I like, so maybe you'd like them. He smiled at him, and he smiled back. I am a George simp. Guys, Dream said. Sun's out. Let's go and look at this place. And... Sun's out. Let's go and loot this place. That really changes the meaning once you reread. Alright. Everyone assembled themselves nearby the entrance of the library. Main focus is to find more iron. If you guys found enough, craft a shield for each of you, Dream said. I'll look for a furnace and smelt the ones I've mined. I'll keep an eye out for more too, Dream said. And look for food too. We'll be needing more of it later on, George said. Everyone nods and heads off in various directions. You enter a nearby house to be greeted by a villager, who stares at you for a moment before leaving the structure. You shook your head at the random encounter before climbing up the stairs to see a chest in the corner. Opening it, you were greeted by 4 pieces of bread, 2 iron ingots, and an apple. Wow, this is crazy! It feels just like I'm playing Minecraft, but like a book! Crazy how far technology has come. Smiling, you stash all of them into your inventory before heading out. You met up with Sapnap and George as they both emerged from a nearby house. George approaches you. He gives you a shield and an iron pickaxe to replace your stone ore. You noted that he was able to make enough for everybody. Turning around to the sound of footsteps approaching, you see Dream returning with more iron ingots and a bunch of buckets in his hands. George also made his way to the blonde, handing him his share of the new iron assets. Dream nodded at him in thanks. Nice, he said. Alright, Sapnap, Dream would ask. Huh? How many obsidian blocks were in the chest? Sapnap pondered for a bit. I think there were 2, he said. Dream glances down at the buckets he had with him and handed a few over to George. Alright, George, you go and get water. I'll go and get some lava. Sapnap, I'll stay here and light the new portal up, Sapnap called out. By is my character a girl, do you mean my character in the game or like my avatar? No, Fundy's a guy. So they're all gay. Everyone is gay. I'll stay here and light the new portal up, Sapnap said. You stay here and light the new portal up, Dream said. Dream bounds off to the opposite direction, while George walks to the nearby brook. Sapnap walks down the path and towards the ruined portal area. Follow George! Woo! He sped up a bit and caught up with George. Femboy Fundy. Femboy Fundy. We're doing Femboy Fundy. Femboy Fundy. Yes, we're doing Femboy Fundy. He sped up a bit and caught up with George. He smiles at you as you both fall into step. As you both approach the small body of water, George crouches down and scoops up enough water into the bucket. You seem really easy to talk to, Fundy. How are you with friends on your end? They mean the world to me. You smile as you thought of their friend group. They always knew how to brighten up your day when it gets too much. You would do anything it takes just to make them happy. George smiles at this. Oh, yo! We're getting the hot and steamy drawings of George now. I feel the exact same, George said. I'd give them everything I had if it meant having smiles on their faces, too. You can hear the fondness dripping from his voice. The other two seem to be very dear to him, you concluded. Let's head back, George said. You nodded before walking right behind him, following the path back towards the ruined portal. You guys got the stuff? Dream asked. Basically, we're trying to gather enough items to get to the Nether, and I just talked to George, and shit got heated. Ooh, stuff got steamy. You're gonna have to check the VOD, I guess. Everyone raises their needed item, confirming that they all had what they needed. Dream smiles at this, before beginning to call George to his side, and help complete the portal altogether. He stood by the side as the 3 other members had grouped up together to speed up the portal building process. Can I... I'm sorry, I can't actually, like, show you... Can I go back? Oh. I'm sending the image in the group chat, in the Discord server. Alright. You stood by the side as the 3 other members had grouped up together to speed up the portal building process. Once they were all finished, Sapnap flicked the stone in his possession and flared the new nether portal up to life. They didn't even build up... Yo, what the heck? four of you grinned. They didn't even build a new nether portal. They built a new nether portal. They could have just taken down the ruined one. Stupid idiots. The four of you grinned at the success of your first half of your plan. Sapnap then grins. The four of you grinned at the success of your first half of your plan. Sapnap then glances around to everyone else. So, is everyone ready? He'd ask. Dream points to George. Wear your helmet, George. Oh, yeah. George quickly applies the helmet and gave out the thumbs up. We're ready. He's not even wearing the helmet, but alright. Okay. We're ready. Sapnap nods and you all usher over to the line of blocks right before the portal. You inhale deeply and exhale softly, and attempt to calm your nerves before entering the portal. You peer over to the side to see before you see the... You inhale deeply and exhale slowly, and attempt to calm your nerves before entering the portal. You peer over to the side to see the other three doing the same. Dream then began to count. On 3. 1, 2, 3. As Sapnap shouted, all four of you had jumped into the portal at the same time. After feeling light for a split second as you thread through two different worlds, you felt gravity pulling you down as you entered a warmer surrounding. You decided to take a step down from the obsidian platform. With the disorientation catching up to you, you had fallen onto your knees and clutched your head. Teleporting from one world to another isn't exactly as fun as it seemed. Three other had simultaneously groaned as they landed. Yeah, hopefully we're never doing this again, Sapnap said. I second that, said George. Shaking his head, Dream stood up and batted away from the netherrack dust that had gotten all over him from the fall. He and the other two had followed his lead and done the same. Dream gazes around the view of an endlessly dripping lava, trying to let the scene sink in. The Nether. You can hear the dread in Dream's voice, and you're about to approach him before he turned around with a stern look on his face. Gather a bunch of netherrack. We'll all need it, he said. You all nodded and split off as you bounded off to the sides, creating a small strip line to easily gather a big amount of the nearby material. As you mined away, you heard a loud gasp echo from outside the cave. Guys! Said George. Guys! George called out. The fortress! It's right here! George, my man! You raise your eyebrows in surprise. It was just near spawn? That's so lucky! Ah, yes. We all know Dream. A very lucky fella, I can tell you that. Yeah. You hurriedly mine a bit more netherrack before running outside, catching up to Sapnap, who had evidently done the exact same. Nice find, Goggy, said Sapnap. George seemingly cringes at the nickname, but was cut off from reacting due to the fact that Dream had ruffled his hair. Everyone follows George's lead towards the structure. As your group approaches the nether brick walls, everyone took turns using their bundles of netherrack to maneuver up to an entrance. As you helped each other up the ledge, George gasped as a wither skeleton attacked him. He managed to bring up his shield in time to block it. Yeah! George! Dream and Sapnap called out quickly. I'm fine, let's just go, George said. He shoves the mob back as everyone darted off to the opposite direction. I don't want to date Sapnap because I look like Sapnap, and that'd be weird if I dated someone who looked like me. He shoves the mob back as everyone darted off to the opposite direction. Dream points towards a nearby blaze spawner, calling Sapnap to his side. As they both began to farm the needed blaze rods, George was busy defending the area from the other mobs that have followed you. The two different mobs began to multiply as time passed, and you knew you had to help out somehow. Assist George! Of course. You bounded over to George as quick as you can, swinging your axe at a nearby wither skeleton before shoving the others away with your own shield. Water. George looks at you in surprise. Yo, we... Funny, you... I'll be posting the steamy pictures in the group chat since you can't see them. Fundy, you... But he was cut off when 2 more skeletons had bumped against him. You reprimanded him, saying that it wasn't the right time to complain about your split-second choices. He silently nodded, working on defending the other 2, as they handled each other's sides. We have enough! Let's go! Said Dream. Hey, do you think you altered the drop rate? You all fought your way through the Nether Fortress grounds and went to the nearby Netherrack field. As you dashed through the terrain, you noticed Dream and the others weren't headed for the portal. You racked your brain as you wondered why, but remembered you needed the easiest and quickest way that you could all think of for obtaining Nether portals. I mean, for obtaining... You racked your brain as you wondered why, but remembered that you needed the easiest and quickest way that all of you could think for obtaining Nether... You racked your brain as you wondered why, but remembered that you needed the easiest and quickest way that you could all think of for obtaining Ender pearls. And that was through piglin trading.
Oh, fuck.
No, not anything but piglin trading. You had all looked for a biome that had enough mobs that were available for trading. Dream hollers over to you, that guys to dig a hole, to surround at least 2 or 3 piglins. George passes his gold helmet over to Dream as he tosses gold ingots toward the hog-like humanoids, leading them to the hole that you all made. With no gold to pass the piglins' tastes, the others had began to run towards everyone else. Sapnap was on one end of the pit fighting against 2 ghast that had simultaneously spawned. George was on the other end, fending off piglins and a few wither skeletons that had followed your group. Dream, make it quick! Sapnap called out. I'm trying, said Dream. I didn't alter the No. Dream! George called out too. Fend off the piglins! Making up your mind, you take long strides towards the older male who had seemed to have a tiny bit of trouble fighting off the mobs. You tell George that you can handle the skeletons, and have him run around the area as much as he can to stall time for Dream to make the sufficient amount of trades. Sounds like a plan, Fundy, said George. And then began to run around and lead the other piglins away as you exchanged hits with the wither skeletons in front of you. Everything began to overwhelm you, from the amount of mobs surrounding you to all the huge amount of pressure you're feeling right now. Sapnap began to call out, the peeved tone seeping out from his voice. Dream! Also, I think that's just Zinko. He went AFK, I believe. Oh, okay. Dream! Sapnap called out. Dream rolled his eyes. Let's go, this way! He was visibly irritated as he was pressured, but hopefully everyone would shrug it off. You all Okay, so that's not the same Nether portal. It's a perfect square. Dream. You all bolted towards the right. You all bolted towards the right direction to the portal, the one you finally recognized, and gasped in relief as you spotted the familiar purple particles flaring into the air. Dream reaches it first, not entering the vortex, and instead opted to take a swing at the approaching aggressive piglin mob. Get in! Now! Without a second thought, Sapnap and George had entered the portal, their bodies slowly disappearing into the overworld the longer they stayed in. You glanced back at Dream and hesitated. You didn't want to leave him behind. Dream frowned at you. Go! He called out. When you didn't budge, Dream had instead pushed you through the portal. This game was free. I would not have paid for this. I wouldn't have paid $1. When you came to, your first reaction was to frantically check your surroundings for your other companions. We're here, Fundy. We're here, Sapnap said. From behind you, you hear Sapnap and George, seemingly out of breath. The older of the two was lying on his back, whilst the other was seated on a nearby grass block, wiping the sweat from his chin. George's voices wavered when he spoke up. Where's Dream? George asked. Your heart sank when you had to explain what happened before you teleported back into the overworld. They both frowned at this. Of course he would, said Sapnap. We have to go back, see if he's still there. We need to help him, said George. Before the argument could get any bigger, Dream had suddenly appeared into the overworld. He landed on the grass with a harsh thud. Dream! George and Sapnap said. You all rushed over to his side, which he waved. Both Sapnap and George helped him up to his feet. I'm fine, said Dream. Health check, guys? You all warily nodded before looking up at your own health bars. George says he has 4 hearts left. You and Sapnap have the same amount. 3. Dream only had half a heart. Sapnap frowned as George crossed his arms. What happened to being careful, Dream? Dream waves him off as he pulled out a piece of bread to replenish his hunger and regen. All that matters is that we're fine. It was our first and hopefully last time in the Nether. Of course it'd end up messy. You're about to hand him your golden apple, but he noticed and stopped you from doing so. I told you, you'll need it more than I do. You frowned but didn't push. You stashed it back in your inventory as Sapnap approached you to craft Eyes of Ender. As they successfully crafted a few, Dream flicked one up. It slowly rises and leans towards one. As they successfully crafted a few, Dream flicked one up. It slowly rises and leans towards the one direction before ultimately plunging to the ground. The blonde catches it right before it lands and double checks if it snapped in two. Well, we have our lead. Let's go. You all then fell into step with each other. The walk was quiet, save for the occasional clinking or Eyes of Ender that came out of Dream. It was a bit too quiet for your liking. Check up on who? Any injuries, George? You slowed your pace down to match with George, who was situated at the very end of your little line of follow the leader. The colorblind male had been munching on his share of bread, effectively replenishing his health. He nods as he swallowed his recent bite. I'm all good, Fundy. Thanks for asking. Do you need anything? The only food I've seen you wield is the gapple from way earlier. You shook your head, letting him know that you have your own stash of foods. A little bit of silence filled the space between you two before George spoke up this time. So, do you have any questions, like, in general? I just figured that since you've been with us this entire time, might as well get to know each other a bit more. The questions are, what else do you like to do outside of this? What even got you guys into this mess? And I'm not really interested in talking. So what got you guys into this mess? What even got you guys into this mess? It was a question that had stayed in your mind ever since you fell into this realm. How did all of this even start? George seemed not to anticipate this question, since his cheeks and ears were tinged with rosy pink. About that. It was kind of my fault. It was an error in the code that we were trying out right then. I activated it before Dream told me to, just to check if it would work properly. And all of a sudden, we woke up in this world. Oh no, looks like someone was tampering with the code. Maybe I shouldn't have tested it. He sheepishly answered, regret lacing his voice. You reassured him that whatever he had done wasn't his fault. It was just a weird glitch in the system that had transported all of you into this game. No person can actually pull that off intentionally. George looks at you properly before giving you a small smile as he understood your intentions. He thanks you, but his voice was low as a whisper. Everyone stopped walking when Dream halted in his tracks. It's down here, said Dream. He announces as he whipped out his pickaxe, beginning to mine away through the ground. George and Sapnap had gone to do the same thing on either side of him, so he decided... George and Sapnap had gone to do the same thing on either side of him, so he decided to follow through and mimic their actions in front of the hole Dream made. Shut up! You continue to dig deeper, not even paying attention until you realize you've dug through the stronghold ceiling and fell through. Fundy! Everyone called out. You dealt a bit of damage to yourself thanks to your clumsiness. Dream had safely landed with a bucket of water MLG. Hello! Welcome to the stream. Now we got a new person in the chat. Welcome. Thank you. Alright, let's continue. You dealt a bit of damage to yourself due to your clumsiness. Dream had safely landed with a water MLG, and so had George, although he let his water spread around for a bit for Sapnap to safely land in. You're gonna give us a heart attack, Fundy. Be careful next time, said George. You let out a sheepish chuckle as you pulled out an apple from your inventory and proceeded to munch on it to regen. You all took a better look at which part of the stronghold you guys were located in. You all realized that you were in the middle of it, with 3 pathways. The end portal, the library, and away to another hallway. Sapnap lets out a huff. Huh, lucky. Indeed, Dream is a very lucky guy. You panted off the remaining dirt off your clothes as Dream began going towards the portal room, getting rid of the silverfish spawner before starting on filling in the gaps of the portal itself. Sapnap scratches his head before heading off to the empty hallway that leads to an iron door. I'll go over here and check if there's any stuff I can grab before we enter. Same. I'll check out over here. You were then left to your own devices yet again. Ah, jeez, I want to paint. Okay, who... I don't... Okay. It doesn't say who is... I'm gonna... Alright. You took the left path. You took the left path, entering the iron door and following the older male. As you entered the room, you were greeted with tall rows of bookshelves filled to the brim. Hearing the clink of an iron door closing behind you, George called out from the corner of the room. I'm right here, said George. You followed the sound of his voice, leading you to him as he closed a chest. He proceeded to sit on it. Just a compass and a few blank pages, nothing useful. He mutters out a little, oh yeah, proceeds to bring out his crafting table. Seemingly created a bow, along with some arrows. A moment of silence had seeped into your conversation before he called out to you. Fundy? George asked. Yo! You looked at him. He seemed a bit nervous and flustered. I figured that maybe this will be the last time that we get to talk in a calmer manner, let's say. So, I just want to admit something. Fundy, I think you're really amazing. I hope I don't, like, overwhelm you or anything. I just wanted to let you know that. Okay, so there are 3 options here. I like you too, thank you for the dono, and you're okay. Also, thank you Fox for the follow. Thank you very much. It's very appreciated. So which choice do we do? We're doing George. This is a blind playthrough, though. I don't know which option to pick. You guys can... So... Like I said, I've never played this before, so I don't know which ending I'm gonna get. So it's up to... It's just a big surprise. The options are, I like you too, thank you for the dono, and you're ... okay. I like you too! Oh! He smiles sweetly at you. I'm glad the feelings are mutual. You feel a slight blush rise to your cheeks as he affirmed your growing feelings towards him. He hops off the chest. Let's head back? I'm pretty sure Sapnap's calmed his nerves and Dream's finished up the portal by now. You nodded and follows his leads out of the chamber. As everyone started to group, the quiet humming of the finished end portal echoes out. Nervously, Sapnap speaks. Any encouraging words before we hop in? Turn to George! When George meets your gaze, his face was slightly tinted pink. Me? You want me to... All 3 of you had simply encouraged him with smiles on your faces. George sighs, shaking his head a bit before looking back at you all with a smile of his own. Alright then. I know most of this was my fault. There's no time to dwell on that now. What matters is that we're close to what's probably the solution, and that we'll all be able to escape this realm and return back home. Everyone had given their all, affirming glances, reassuring one another that they were ready before staring down the black vortex. You gripped on the axe and shield that you were wielding, your nerves making you all jittery. On 3? George asked. Sapnap shakily breathes. 1, 2. And everyone began to run up. 3! Dream said, hopping into the portal. You braced yourself as the discomfort of teleporting began to set in. You covered your mouth as you landed on the obsidian platform, trying to get a hold of yourself. George shakes his head as he checks on everyone right after... George shakes his head as he checks on everyone right after landing. Fundy, are you okay? You waved him off, coughing as you do so. It doesn't particularly convince him, but he trusts you enough to regain your balance yourself. Dream and Sapnap seem to have gotten used to the feeling of teleporting as they appeared fine. You struggled to get back on your feet as they began to build their way towards the center of the island where the dragon was situated. You got yourself on your feet and caught up with them. Go ahead and push towards the dragon. I'll take care of the ender crystals, George said. Make every shot count, George, Sapnap called out. Of course, said George. He runs off to the sides that he had already began aiming to the top of the pillars. Ayo Zooks, can you do me a favor and link him my YouTube? Dream turns to you. Why does it keeps opening up the save screen for me? Dream turns to you. Me and Sapnap will go land attacks on the Ender Dragon. You steer clear from her, alright? Kill some Endermen and grab the pearls they drop so you can filter them to us or use them for yourself if you have to flee. You oblige, staying in the outer ring of the island as the two childhood friends rush towards the middle. You dared to make eye contact with the tall, void-like mobs to aggravate them. It proved effective as they began to open their mouths, their irritating buzzing getting louder as they launched themselves at your shield. You shoved them away and attempted to land hits while You shoved them away and attempted to land hits on them whilst taking caution in any of their attacks that managed to get too near to you. After taking at least 2 hits from the mob, you counted the amount of ender pearls you've gained while After taking at least 2 hits from the mob, you counted the amount of ender pearls you've gained whilst eating some bread to regenerate your health. Seeing that you've gotten quite a lot, you quickly jump down in the middle and throw some dream to Sapnap. Thanks, Fundy, Sapnap said. Sapnap managed to catch all of it, tossing the other half towards the blonde who had just landed his water MLG. After a few more minutes of combat, it seemed that the Ender Dragon's health had depleted until halfway. That George had done his job of shooting all the healing crystals. You were busy looking around for the older male when the dragon had launched a fireball near you. You had only heard a soft thudding. You had only heard a soft. You had only heard a. You had only heard a soft. You had only heard a soft. I can't say this. You had only heard a soft thudding sound, and before you knew it, you were surrounded by purple particles that began to burn you. Fundy, said Dream. Use an Ender Pearl. Get out of there. You fumble over the items in your inventory. Finally, You fumble over the items in your inventory, finally stumbling over the spear like... I'm out of water. You fumble over the items in your inventory, finally stumbling over the... You fumble over the items in your inventory. Finally... You fumble over the items in your inventory, finally stumbling over the sphere-like object and throwing it away to somewhere safer. Your breath was so... I need more water. Alright, I'm back. Let's continue. Your breath was shaky and in short puffs as you teleported. You looked up at your health bar to see you had only... Your breath was shaky and in short puffs as you teleported. You looked up to your heart to see your health bar and saw you had only 2.5 hearts left. Fundy, are you okay? Sapnap asked. You wanted to reassure them that you're fine, even a wave of your hand. But the required effort to do so was too much for you, and you ended up making you feel a lot more lightheaded. "George, we need you," said Dream. Being the nearest one to you, George glances back to you worriedly. You shook your head in an attempt to tell him to go help with the others. George furrowed his eyebrows together before turning away and ran towards the middle. "I'm right here," said George. "We need your help in keeping the dragon away from Fundy," said Dream. "Got it," said George. Right. Dream was the sole person out of everyone in your group who had experienced being on half a heart, and you were close. To say it hurt was sugarcoating it. You felt excruciating pain as your heart tried to make up for the blood that you've lost from your recent situation. As you breathed heavily, you filled around for the golden apple that had stayed in your inventory the entire time. The last time you glanced at the dragon health bar, it was nearly finished. Just a few critical hits and it would be over. You sighed as you took your time, finally being able to fish it out from all your belongings. You were about to eat it when you heard the bellowing noise from above. The Ender Dragon was coming right at you. "Fundy!" everyone called out. You froze up and shut your eyes tightly as you braced yourself for what was about to happen. You heard the noise of a hit. You didn't feel any pain. You opened your eyes and saw George, who had his bow up, and fired his last arrow at the dragon who had only been one hit away. The dragon screeches as it levitates up, light protruding from its body as it slowly disintegrates into specks and particles of EXP points. Yeah, baby! That's what I've been waiting for. That's what it's all about. Woo! And right then, a sound effect echoes from George himself. George not found has made the advancement. Free the end. Everything was silent before all three of them began to whoop loudly. "Oh my god, George, you did it!" "Yeah, that's our boy," said Sapnap. George was then lifted in the air by the two. The male himself... George was then lifted in the air by the two. The male himself George was then lifted into the air by the two. The male himself laughing loudly as they all cheered. After a whole while of being stunned, you let out your share of giggles. The boys turned around as they heard you laugh. Their faces softened as they lowered the older male down, approaching you. Dream and Sapnap helped you to your feet, and George passes you the golden apple you dropped. "Be careful with your things next time, okay, Fundy?" said George. He smiles at you as you nodded, your face flushing from your clumsiness last minute that had caused you to be endangered in the first place. You mutter a small thanks whilst proceeding to nibble at the fruit, which made his smile go You mutter a small thanks whilst proceeding to nibble at the fruit, to which his smile grew sweeter at. "Alright, let's go home, guys." Dream hollers out. Sapnap approaches him, slinging his arm around him in some weird side hug. They both laughed as they made their way towards the middle. You, on the other hand, had taken slow strides beside George. He seemed to have noticed that you felt nervous. "Hey, it'll be okay. We'll be back home once we enter the portal." His tone was soft, comforting. You were thankful for him understanding your feelings as you both made your way through the portal. You all stared down at the black swirling vortex, with particles swirling around, mixing with hints of teal. "On three?" Dream would ask. Everyone grinned at him. "1," Sapnap said. "2," Dream said. Damn it. Dropped my chair fell. 3, Funny and George said. You woke up on your own bedroom floor, clutching at your throbbing head. It seemed that you had fallen over in your chair. No fucking way. I fell out of my real life chair. You hear your phone buzzing from your desk. Groaning, you crawled over to check what your notifications were going on for. Yo, this is actually really scary. My actual phone's going off. Like, can you hear it? I'm putting it up to the mic. I'm getting a call from somebody. For the first few spams, it had been your friends, as you were apparently late for your Hypixel game together with them. The most recent one was... George not found went live. Fixing my chair. George not found. George. Minecraft. The realm. You quickly pressed on the notification. The stream's audio booming out of your phone's speakers. Sorry guys. I knew we were supposed to be doing a Minecraft challenge right now, but our connections did some sort of blip, and now my chair is wrecked. The chat roars in laughter, finding it hilarious that it had fallen out of his chair to the point of breaking it. Wow, chat, you guys aren't feeling nice tonight, huh? Your heartbeat rising, you impulsively sent a dono to try to catch his attention. He stops holding the pieces that belong to the chair to check the donation. Okay, who just donoed? Thanks for the George stopped himself when he read your username. Fundy. Hold on. DM me on Twitter. Do you have the same user? You had to be quick. You know how fast people could be at taking names and usernames and impersonating people. You immediately transferred to Twitter, the stream turning into a picture-of-picture form, streaming itself from the bottom corner of your phone, and you send him a message. George! It's me. Do you remember everything? The Minecraft realm? The library? The Ender Dragon? Your heart rate picks up as you anxiously wait for a response. You hope you're quick enough. You heard his quick typing noises from his stream as the chat zoomed in with your name, combined with a bunch of question marks asking who you were. And then, suddenly, someone joined the call. Dream! George said. George! What the hell are you doing? Asked Dream. It's Fundy! Said George. What do you mean it's fun? Mute your mic on stream, you idiot! The audio from both Dream and George's mic had been silenced. And then suddenly, you have a notification beep from Twitter. Hey! I remember you, Fundy. You wanna hang out on MC later, after I fix my chair? Maybe do a little challenge and record it? He hesitated, remembering what he said. Immediately, he had another response. I'll proofread the code this time, don't worry! I'll do 2. 3 times. I'll even get Dream and Sapnap to do it. You let an amused chuckle as you typed in a reply. It's okay, George. Of course I'll play with you after your stream. Oh, cool! Okay, cool. Can't wait. You smiled so wildly that your eyes shut, bringing your phone close to your chest. You can't wait for the challenge. Yo, why does this guy actually look like me? Like, I'm not kidding. This is gonna... I'm freaking out, man. So, first I accidentally pressed that little thing on my chair that makes it go down. And then it says that... And then my phone starts going off. And now the... Alright. Whew, okay. You know what, this is just... Alright. Can't wait for the challenge. Hey! We did it! Oh! A new player. Interesting. You must be Fundy. I'm XD. I'm in charge of everything between here. Seems you've unlocked an ending. That's really cool. Say, if you could unlock everyone's endings, maybe you could help me find a secret code. I'm seeing an opening here and there, but I'm having some trouble achieving the code I need. Maybe it'll benefit you, too. But then it'll be up to you if you want to help me. It'll be really cool if you do. Until then, I'll see you next time. I did it! I beat Minecraft Love Hunt. I'm an epic gamer. Let's go. Okay. Well, that was Minecraft Love Hunt. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I still got another hour to kill, so I think I'm gonna play Super Hot. My second monitor still isn't working. My voice is a little sore from all that talking. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. hope I did well. How was my reading? Sorry, my voice is getting real sore from all this talking. Wait, Zooks, before you go, Zooks. Zooks, are you still there? Zooks? I forgot to mention, like you said, hey, I don't know if you were there, Scott, but on the Mellow SMP, we ended up reading Dream SMP Steam. I was the one who was reading the fan fiction, remember? So yeah, I was there. I was the one who was initiating it. Alright, well, you guys seriously need to go to bed, like, actually, please. Alright. Well, goodbye. Alright, stream's ending. Good night. I hope you guys, I'm thinking about having a stream every day, next 2 weeks. Or at least trying my best. Bye!